Hello, and welcome to my 1-minute tips for women. Before we begin, I would like to start by apologising for my no-show last week. To be fair, it wasn't my fault. I was all ready to go when Tiny started causing a commotion with the all-female still life art group. It was all very embarrassing. I mean, it's getting to the point where I can't take him anywhere anymore. Actually, that isn't correct. I can take him places. What I can't be sure of is how he'll react when naked and surrounded by women baying for him to remove his thong. What do we say, Tiny?
Sorry, mistress.
In all fairness, they are a wild bunch, and they shouldn't have egged him on in that way that they did. I never encourage Tiny in any way whatsoever, because I'm a firm believer that familiarity breeds contempt. And after 7 years under my expert tutelage, I feel that all his attention should be on me and me only. But we learn the hard way, don't we, Tiny?
Yes, mistress.
To be fair, the writing was on the wall. When Prunella phoned to tell me that the entire art class had voted unanimously for Tiny to be their still life art model, I really should have said no. But buoyed by their enthusiasm and the opportunity to make some money out of him, I let my guard down and said that it would be okay for him to model for their end of term piece. Now, it was all okay in the morning, possibly because they were just sketching his basic outline. But in the afternoon, when they returned from lunch, I did notice that several of the women had undone their top button and hitched up their skirts. I mean, of course, it wasn't an issue for me. However, it was certainly an issue for Tiny. I mean, the first I knew of it was Tiny fidgeting around on his stool. I mean, he does tend to fidget quite a lot, actually. He sleeps at the end of my bed, and yet every night it takes him hours to fall asleep on the camel skin rug that he sleeps on. Anyway, back to the art class. Now, fortunately, Tiny was wearing a thong, so he wasn't completely naked. However, when Prunella observed that several of the women had started drawing him incorrectly, that's when the penny dropped. And Tiny had to go running shamefaced out of the room with the women laughing and catcalling behind him. So that leads me to my tip for the day. When you are taking your pet out in public places, make sure they're caged. It'll save so much embarrassment. Till next week. Cheery bye.